How are you? I'm okay. I haven't posted in a while. I'm sorry. I've been really struggling with dystonia. So I'm sorry if I look bad. Anyhow, I wanted to come in here because I was excited because I just kind of figured something out, right? I just figured out. You know how when we talked about before, like it's usually just assigning a purpose to something negative, whether that's frustration, right? Being the signal that it's time for us to let go and know that we've done our work and to then put trust in the universe to carry it forward, right? Or other negative things like traffic, so that I can be in and amongst a bunch of strangers, reminding them that they can be in their car and partying their ass off, right? That's always available to them. That the good time doesn't have to stop just because you're stopped in traffic, right? So it was with that thought that I was like, okay, my biggest struggle right now is still trying to get back to joy, right? Because I've been muddled. I've been muddled internally, right? I haven't been able to fully get there. I haven't been able to trust at 1,000%, and I it's bumming me out, quite frankly. You know, because I want to be there. I want to be seated in joy like I was for those few days, and it was so fun and it was so awesome, and my heart was so full because everything was exactly as it should be, right? So with that, I kind of had a new realization, which is the reason I wanted to come in here and share about this, even though my brain's not working right. Let me see if I can get back there. So, we all have that mountain to climb, don't we? We all have that mountain to climb to see what it's gonna take for us internally to resonate with 1,000% trust on our way to joy, right? And so how do we get there? How do we get there? I just realized something new. And it's along the same lines of my course that I want to develop, which is the problem is the portal. The problem is where you want to go. It's like the red flags video, remember? Whenever something like that comes up and we can't quite identify, what it is, and it's negative and it's showing up in our lives, right? How we run to that, to excavate that internal offness, right? What's off, right? What can I get it to do to serve me? Because everything within you holds a purpose, doesn't it? Right? Remember, it's just that simple. When your hand is on a burning stove, the pain is there, not to hurt you, but to inform you, right? And so it's getting back to understanding the purpose of the pain, right? And to not get in the pain, but to understand it and its purpose. What's my biggest mountain to climb? Who are the people that I kind of dislike the most? What is the thing that egoically keeps me centered up here? That it's just never going to be acceptable to me. What's the one thing that always holds the kernel of complaint for me? It's probably faith communities, isn't it? I'm probably always going to find that the most upsetting and triggering and dangerous, quite frankly, because I've lost so much because of my family and their interpretation of Christianity, right? So knowing that, and knowing that's my number one irk, right? That is my number one thing that will always be the most upsetting and triggering to me, right? Is Christianity, right? Is bigotry being served up as morality. That'll always be it. So, if I know that the problem is the portal, what does that say about that? Where's that leading me? Oh my gosh. Well, I know for sure if I want to get out of here, which holds complaint, right? And I want to abandon complaint, well, I simply need to move to the thing that irks me the most, right? Simply need to identify that which is always going to be the most triggering thing for me, right? So, what purpose can we assign for me to Christianity? Ooh, well, again, if we're holding the concept of the red flags, and I gotta run there and check that out and figure it out and see what that's all about, right? That's good news. Because I know that in order to abandon here, get out of my mind, get out of my ego, get out of complaint, and into my heart consciousness where everything is as it should be, where should I start? Or should I say, where should I end, right? Because what's my biggest challenge along those lines, right? And what would happen if I took my biggest challenge, the Christians, the faith communities, my family who serve up, bigotry as morality? That's my biggest complaint. That's my biggest mountain to climb. And that's where I find that the problem is the portal. So I know that in order to get out of here and get down into my heart consciousness, I need to get right with those people. Oh my gosh, it's so difficult, right? But I know that if I can pray for them and find the goodness and purpose of what they're doing, whether I understand it or not, if I can get to that place with them, I think I graduate. Right? I think that would be my graduating exercise in order to once again abandon the mind and get into the heart. Thank you for today.